Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Oh my goodness, women's rights back to the Stone Age completely, or at least to, certain countries. No, he did not. Gatorade has completely obliterated women's rights in America. This is shocking, shocking news that we need to talk about. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate all your support. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19. Real quick note, I want to thank everyone. I haven't gotten a chance to click my little thing and let you know I saw it and go through all the comments and reply to some of them because there's just been a lot and it's been the weekend, but I have scrolled through and thank you. I appreciate everyone, all the positive comments on my sort of a deeper dive into the whole strength training thing. I didn't know how well that video was going to do because it's not really a, trendy, clickbaity type of subject matter that I could put a great title that's getting everyone to click on it. So I was pleasantly surprised. Glad you all enjoyed it. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I condensed a lot into basically a half hour, but seems like some of you got something out of it. So cool. Thank you very much. Let's dig into this. This is absolutely kind of wild, and I will probably take a slightly different take than most. Per usual, Gatorade sets women's sports back decades with unfortunate WNBA slogan. What is that WNBA slogan that Gatorade's using? In case you haven't seen it yet, somehow they miss, they say. Here it is, here it is, here it is. I think we're finally in agreement. Yeah, you can't say, let her cook. Yes, that is correct. Let her cook. This is what has a whole lot of people melting down. Another great example that makes me worry for the future of our species. I'm not sure we're going to be able to make it. Idiocracy, here we come, although I think it's actually going to be worse than that. I don't think Gatorade and WNBA fully thought this marketing campaign through. Let her cook. Here is the thing for me, though, and we've got a lot of them do it. Gatorade might want to rethink their new WNBA ad campaign, and on and on and on. Tough look here for the WNBA and Gatorade. Slapping "Let Her Cook" in a giant banner with a bunch of women behind it feels like something someone should have maybe hit the pause button on. Objectively, this is funny. The joke is obvious. It's obviously not what Gatorade intended, but society doesn't operate like that. We're fickle creatures. We're sickos. We like to laugh, which is why we don't watch Colbert. Okay, I had to throw that in. I didn't read ahead on that. But here's what's wild to me, and why I have slightly different take on it. You've got a whole bunch of athletes there. Gatorade, we all know what Gatorade is associated with. Yes, it is for all of us. They are marketing to us, but they market it in terms of athletes. They market it in terms of this is something you as a regular person needs in order to hydrate properly and get your electrolytes and all these potassium and all these other things you're going to lose while sweating, while out there working, working in the gym or your weekend warrior stuff out on the court and so forth. You want to be like Mike. We're now like Caitlin. And so you have this huge banner, let her cook, and it's clearly Gatorade, and you've got a whole bunch of basketball players. So sane human beings, those of us that are still left in 2025, look at that and we understand the saying because it is used all the time now in sports. I think it's actually used far too often. Let her cook. We also say, let him cook. By the way, here's my suggestion, the marketing genius that I am, although this one is pretty obvious. Gatorade, Gatorade, Gatorade. Please, and I know you can move fast because I have seen, unlike Nike, how you have handled Caitlin Clark. So here's what I need to see next week. I need to see all of this with your male athletes, whether it's you've got enough that's NBA athletes or you're going to mix whatever it is. I need to see all of this with male athletes. And it says, let him cook. And in fact, Gatorade, if you want to take this to the next level and you want to become the new Wendy's of Twitter, grab some of those athletes real quick, get your Adobe Photoshop experts or whatever, and put some of those male athletes. They can be in their uniform, but put a cooking apron on them. that would show all these fools that one, you have a sense of humor, Gatorade, and two, they're idiots because everybody's always looking for some damn thing to get offended by, some damn thing for which they can claim victimhood and oppression and all this other BS that is absolutely destroying society nowadays. And I think all of you listening know exactly what I'm talking about because it seems to be at the forefront of all the drama and crap that we have to deal with the WNBA because it certainly does not just operate as a professional basketball league in any way, shape, or form, right? Oh, you're going straight to hell for that one. They see, I believe that's supposed to be set. Look, a lot of people are X on their phone, so I'm not going to get too upset with obvious typos. Who's screening this stuff? I'm just saying, if she could clean a little, it wouldn't hurt anyone either. And a lot now, some people are taking it in good nature, just as an opportunity that they're not actually offended by, which I understand. But again, just the fact that so many people saw this and were like, "All right, that's not good." Because you know what, 10 years ago, that's what's crazy. 10 years ago, no one would have thought of this. I see this though, and I think of a couple of female friends that I have, or yeah, I have. I mean, we're all grown up and adults and we live in different states. We don't communicate as much as we used to, but I know them from high school, college, and, the early 20s. And anyone who's been that woman or is a male who knows that woman, those female friends that are much more comfortable hanging out with the guys, they would have absolutely loved this. They would have found no offense at all from this statement, but we had a lot of people jumped on this, right? If we go to this next one, right? Gatorade's Let Her Cook slogan for the WNBA and attitude. There's multiple ones. You see that this is the hardcore campaign, right? It's everywhere on everything. And then they added very poor choice of words. Heath Ledger, one of the greatest villain performances, I'm going to say in movies, not just comic book movies, in movies, Joker from Batman, The Dark Knight. Yeah, I was thinking Batman Begins. I'm like, no, that's not right. But Katie Holmes should have been in. Anyway, that's another story. By the way, rewatched that just the other day. Hadn't seen it in years. Absolutely fantastic movie. But we had a lot of that. People just jumped on this. Bet 105. Now Gatorade really set the WNBA back 30 years with their new Let Her Cook campaign. Now, what are y'all saying? Are you all saying that these young ladies are not capable of doing multiple things? Are you saying they can't be accomplished basketball players and be able to cook food in the kitchen? Are you saying that that's an insult to women to suggest that they can cook? Are you saying so? You're saying that all these see we can that's what's so dumb about all this. We can flip the script and say, well, wait a minute, all these people are upset with Gatorade. Are you seriously insulting all the women who either choose I shouldn't say either. All the women who choose, because they have the opportunity to do so, to stay home and raise their kids so that their kids don't turn into absolute morons. Uh, relax. I'm having fun with this, right? But that's my point is we can flip the script. So everyone who's all upset about this, because of course it doesn't turn back women's rights at all, and I get the hilarity in it, but a lot of people actually offended by this. There's Gatorade putting the bottles. I actually think that's a cool. But again, did I have one more? Yeah, Gatorade coming in with an absolute killer marketing campaign to rev up interest in the WNBA. It's bold, it's courageous, and gosh darn it, it's about time some company took the initiative. Well done, gentlemen. Agreed, let her cook. Now, obviously, they're having a little fun with this, but I love that. It would take Angel Reese 2 tries to get the bologna on the sandwich. But this is just wild that this is even a thing to me. I had to do something on it. Let me know in the comments below what you think about all this because again, like I said, you can flip the script. All the people upset about this, then you're insulting all the women who choose to stay home and raise their kids and cook meals and so forth, which really, if you think about it, is just as offensive as the other way around. That's what's so bizarre about it. Is like you're always going to be able to flip it around. You're always going to be able to find the victim in the insult and all that. And it's like, man, can we lighten up, Francis? Can we move on a little bit? Because you're giving us oh man, all I see every day is just this opportunity to point and mock and laugh. Point and mock and laugh. By the way, bonus points in the comments below if you can name that show. without using, AI or Grok or Chat GPT or Google or anything else. You gotta bring your brain to the party, my folks. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you so much for checking out this video. But seriously, let me know in the comments below what you think of all this. If you just laugh, if you're like, anyway, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you as always. Go have the day you deserve. I will talk to you later.